inside Frank Crane Arena. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Teddy Jenner. This is day 3 of the 2018 President's Cup, and kicking it off, a battle of 0-2s. In white and red, the Onondaga RedHawks, champions of the Can-Am League. And in black, white, and red, champions of the Quebec League, the Capital Region Axemen. Scratches for Capital Region: Raj Wasson, Neville Sullivan, Spencer Corkery, Kyle McFadden. And for Onondaga, Brian Bucktooth Jr., Cree Cathers, Gerald Johnson, and Luke Thompson. We are underway. Loose ball grabbed by the Axemen. As mentioned, both these teams looking for their first win of the tournament. And here come the Axemen. Swing far side, Vredenberg. He'll try to get underneath, flip it up top. That's Chapman. He couldn't find it. It's going to go all the way down in the corner. Vredenberg tried to play it off the boards, but he grabbed there by Ross Bucktooth in between the pipes. Your starting goaltenders are Ross Bucktooth and Brett Paris. Paris, the Axemen goaltender, a very large man between the pipes. And here comes Fournier pressing off that loose ball turnover. He'll slow it up into the corner. And now they'll come to Foster, outside shot. Foster, the story of day 2, had all 5 goals for the Axemen in their loss to St. Albert's yesterday, but an impressive performance, including 3 goals on the power play. Leroy Halftown with a shot on target, saved by Paris. Here come the Axemen running the floor. And now they'll settle into the offensive zone. Near side, Nanacoke. Sorry, that's Tim Bergen, 43. Diagonal feed, doesn't connect. Vredenberg gets it right back. That pass doesn't connect. Inside feed, Jonkus, shot, save, Bucktooth. And they will move it up the floor. Adam Yeet. Yeet leaves it for Corey Halftown. Seneca. Shot, that one bounces wide. Loose ball. Nanacoke backtracking, couldn't find it. It eventually grabbed there by Larita. And there's another nice save from Paris as he took that one off the shoulder. Long pass up ahead by the Axemen. That one was out of reach of Carter Butter. And now Butter throwing some hacks and whacks. The pass will come near side to Josh Becker. Seneca. Nanacoke bobbled it, still battling with Butter. Inside feed, pass was behind Leroy Halftown. Wanted that a lot earlier than it got to him. Just getting a number change. And I believe it's Bingley. And he's wearing 66. Caleb Bingley, and Matt Bennett is wearing 26. And back to live action. Sorry about the delay. Just getting some roster adjustments as we move along here. We played 3 minutes of the opening period, 0-0 between RedHawks and Axemen. Halftown gives it up to Bennett. That shot goes wide, off the end boards and out of play. And here come the Axemen the other way. Bergen. Foster. Bergen. Trying to go far corner, puts it wide. Loose ball on the far side boards. It eventually grabbed there by Jonkus. He lost it. And now here comes Croy Arnold. Up ahead to Yee. Yee tried to go 5-hole save there by Paris. And that's the first real good scoring opportunity for either team here. Here comes Foster. 24 in black. Takes a check there from Yee. Rolls off the pick. Far side. Vredenberg fixing the gloves. Blake Kenny. Near side Foster couldn't handle it. Loose ball. And eventually be grabbed there by Noble. Matt Noble side steps the check. Gives it off to got number 18, Gerald Johnson out there. I was told he was a scratch, but he seems to be out there. Leroy Halftown takes the check. Through a screenshot, save Paris. And he wore that one in the logo. And he'll pass it ahead to Taylor, who will leave it there for Bergen. Bergen to Vredenberg. Foster. Pushed away there by Noble. Vredenberg. Outside shot. Save. Bucktooth. Loose ball. Going to ricochet off the boards. And it'll be grabbed there by Andrew McNeil. Foster. Bergen. Near side corner. Vredenberg crashes the net. Can't handle it. Loose ball will be picked up there by Clay Arnold. Arnold. Bangs it near side. Dave Lamburis. And Boris will leave it there for Bucktooth. Wade Bucktooth wears 19. He gets a pick from Bennett. Bucktooth. Faked the shot. Now we'll shoot it. Went off a body, and it's going to bounce nicely right to Dan Gaunt. Dan Gaunt on a breakaway, and he's going to pull out as Bucktooth was able to race back and deny that opportunity. Cross crease feed. Easy call for the official. As Dan Gaunt was in the crease. Long headman pass. RedHawks trying to run the floor. And that's Chris Larita. He'll leave it there for Seneca. Bulldodge trying to work his way in. Seneca. Nanacoke. Shot over top of Paris's head. Loose ball. Who's going to come up with it? It's going to be Larita. Swim move. Pump fake. Loses it. 5 on the shot clock. And giving chase there was Darcy Balea. And here come the Axemen. Taylor gives it off to Bergen. Kenny trying to get in close. Off to Bergen. He'll get a pick from McNeil. Delayed penalty coming up here onto the RedHawks. Paris to the net. 6-on-5 Axemen. Outside shot. Save there, Bucktooth. And we'll get our first power play of the game. And let's see what the call is. It's going to go to Matt Noble. 2 minutes on a hold. So Capital Region will get the first power play. Bergen will set it up. Out there with Kenny. Vredenberg, Foster. And down the corner is McNeil. Vredenberg, Kenny. Bergen. Patience here from the Axemen. Here comes a little bit of movement. Double high seal. Foster, shot, save, Bucktooth. Loose ball in the corner. Who's going to come over? They'll call interference on the Axemen. And that double seal for Foster worked quite well against St. Albert yesterday. As mentioned, Foster had 3 power play goals, and most of them came off very similar looking set plays. Here's Josh Becker in the far corner. Double teamed. Swim move. Gets through the double. Keeps his feet moving. Keeps his stick free. Nice job there by Becker. Becker will float it all the way to center. And that's grabbed by Bucktooth. Now Bennett to Bucktooth. 1:05 remaining on the minor to Noble. Oh, a nice little dangle there by Cathers. Now he finally loses his footing. Ball loose. And what are we going to get? We get a holding call. And that'll negate the penalty, so we'll have 4-on-4 action. As it looks like that's 67, Alec Johnston making his way to the box. 2 on a hold. So we'll have 55 seconds of 4-on-4 lacrosse. And then the RedHawks will get their first power play. Into the corner, Nanakoke. Gets a pick from Kathers. Nanakoke tried to flip it to him. Kathers didn't roll off. And now Taylor has the loose ball. Looking all the way up ahead. Kathers quickly moves it up ahead. Shot there by Beatty. Saved by Bucktooth. Adam Heat. He'll find that loose ball. Jog to center. Try to find someone off the bench. And gives it off to Cam Seneca. Here comes Bucktooth hard off the bench. Going to set a high pick for Seneca to open him up. He'll shoot. Save Paris. Loose ball. Oh, went off the post behind him. Fortuitous bounce for the Axemen as Paris made the save and the ball bounced behind him off the post but stayed out of the net. Here's Robinson. Axemen are short. Onto the floor comes Noble. Minute power play here for the RedHawks so they can get the ball back. Far side. Butter. Floats it near side, Robinson. Robinson. Here comes a slow double from the RedHawks. Robinson, interior feed, doesn't connect. The RedHawks can't find it. Butter going to give chase. One-hand pickup, takes a body check, still keeps his feet moving. And with 30 seconds left, the Axemen are still going to be able to kill some time here. Oh, then a nice slide there. As Dave Lambora stepped up on the play. Caused a turnover, ball still loose, grabbed there by the Axemen, and again, they'll be able to kill some time here. Butter. Vredenberg. Near side, Robinson. And the penalty to Alec Johnston is up. Both teams 0 for 1 with a man advantage. We're back to 5 aside. 10 minutes gone here in the first period of Game 1 on Day 3 of the 2018 President's Cup. My name's Teddy Jenner. Interior feed. Backhander scores! What a finish by Blake Kenny. He gets the first of the night. It's 1-0 Capital Region. So it took 10 minutes and 10 seconds to get our first goal of the game. And it comes on a backhander by Blake Kenny. And the Axemen take a 1-0 lead. Off the draw. Bodies battling, going to go loose into the corner all the way down to Paris. And now he'll look for an outlet. Paris, throw it bench side. Jonkus. Robinson with the only assist on the goal by Kenny. Bergen. Vredenberg. Vredenberg takes the chop, flips it up top. Bergen. He takes the chop. Robinson. Vredenberg, one-handed grab, 3 in the shot clock. And it'll be a violation on the Axemen. Here come the RedHawks the other way. Noble. He gets across center. Half-town. Near corner, Bucktooth. Wade Bucktooth gets a pick. Thought about shooting through. Great feed inside. That'll be a crease call. But what a seeing eye pass by Bucktooth to Half-town as he was cutting back door. Beatty will leave it there for Foster, who comes down in the offensive zone. Foster to Bergen. Far side, backhand flip. Butter works his way inside, try to short side bouncer. And that will go up and out of play. It'll stay here with the RedHawks. Butter to Kenny. Near side, Bergen. Back to Blake Kenny. He'll shoot, scores! Far side. Kenny beats Bucktooth, and the Axemen have a 2-0 lead. And yesterday it was Aaron Foster doing all the damage for the Axemen. Early here in Day 3, it's Blake Kenny who's got a pair. 8:18 remaining Here in the opening period of Game 1 on Day 3, another busy day of action at the President's Cup. We'll get you the upcoming games. Keep you informed. Noble, shot, save, Paris. Noble goes tumbling to the boards. And the loose ball is grabbed by the Axemen. Bergen and Butter pick up assists. We're going to get interference on Robinson on the ball. Then Noble will start with it with the RedHawks. Up ahead to Yeet. Seneca will work the near side with Bucktooth. Seneca gets a pick from Bucktooth. Shot, save, Paris. Loose ball in the corner. Bodies battling. Who's going to come up with it? Then it'll be Lee Nanacoke, but then he takes a chop. Ball still loose. Johnson and Nanacoke battling. 76 on 67. And then Nanacoke will throw it to his goaltender. Smart play there by Lee Nanacoke. And then the RedHawks throw it away as Clay Arnold sailed one on his teammate by the benches. And here come the Axemen. Bergen. He'll skip it. Far side, Kenny. And then pushed into the corner is Jonkus. Jonkus tiptoeing and then pushed into the crease. Easy call by the officials. Bill O'Brien was playing some good D. Billy O.B. not using the wooden stick today. He's gone back to the newer Tupperware, as the old guys like to call it. Into the corner. Halftown. Check that. That's 26, Matt Bennett. Bennett. Pass doesn't connect. Loose ball. And it's finally grabbed there by Becker. 15 shot. Halftown saved Paris. Game's starting to get a little chippy at times here. I don't have a 66 on my roster for the Axemen, so we'll have to get that name in between periods. Here's Foster. Down in the corner, Bergen. Backdoor cut wide open. And that one didn't connect as Dan Rogers got caught ball watching. Here's Adam Yee. Yee gives it off to Seneca. Now far side. Cathers, inside feed, shot by Seneca. Reset to 30. Loose ball will be grabbed by Corey, Halftown 24. RedHawk down in the middle. And that looks like it's Cathers. Loose ball. And the RedHawks get a new 30. Backhand flip. Bucktooth. Cathers is going off. Late man onto the floor. Loretta. Halftown. Moving pick called on Bucktooth. That was right in the low spine. And those ones sting as Jason Crook will slowly make his way off. Here's Foster. Skips it. All the way to the far side. Kenny. That shot with some serious heat on it. Will ricochet off the glass all the way down to Paris. He feeds Foster. 8 on the shot clock. Foster got to get to the net. Tries to drive. Skips it over. Vredenberg shot save Bucktooth. And he'll find the loose ball behind him. Give it off to Bill O'Brien. Braided hair flying. U-Hawk camera on full record mode. Here comes Bennett. Inside feed. One timer. What a finish by Loretta. Off a great feed from Bennett. And it's 2-1. Should be Loretta from Bennett and O'Brien. But we'll wait for the official goal call. And we'll go back to the dot with 4.5 to go in a fast-moving first period. 2-1 Capital Region over Onondaga. And to the draw we go. Becker wins it. Loose ball picked up by Clay Arnold. And he gives it off to Lorita. Seneca. Far side shot, Halftown. It is Lorita from Bennett and O'Brien. And with 5 of the seconds left in the shot clock, Halftown will throw one on target. Save there by Paris, and trying to find a loose ball in front was a RedHawk player. That was Seneca, and he's having words with an Axemen player as they both go off the floor. Robinson feeds it. Shot there by Butter, goes wide. Loose ball picked off the half boards by Rogers. Doesn't have numbers. Rogers also using the newer Tupperware, not going with the traditional Woody today. Lorita spins off his check, takes a couple chops. Flip it. Near side, Bennett. He'll shoot around the screen, took a deflection off the glass, loose ball. Grabbed off the boards by Ty Logan. Here comes Foster. Down the middle, Bergen shot. Save Bucktooth, and that'll ricochet all the way down the floor. Noble will give chase. Paris is out, and now he's got to try to find someone to pass to. And he'll roll it right underneath us to Bergen. Noble gives chase, can't find a check. And Bergen will go into the corner. Vredenberg. Foster bangs it near side, Robinson. 10 on the shot clock for Robinson, and the Axemen shot through a screen. Nice save there by Bucktooth. Loose ball picked up by Kevin Bucktooth Jr. Noble. Up ahead to Johnson. Now here's Leroy Halftown. Halftown gets underneath his check, flips it up top. Pump fake Cathers. Good to see him back out on the floor. Big man setting some picks. Outside shot turned aside by Paris. Loose ball picked up by Corey Halftown. Shot goes wide. Loose ball. Leroy Halftown going to have to go back all the way into his own zone. And he'll get it from Bucktooth. Leroy Halftown gives it off to Cam Seneca. Seneca takes a couple chops. Runs all the way around the floor on his wrong side. Comes out strong side. 5 on the shot clock. Lorita. Diagonal feed. Doesn't connect with Cathers. Nanacoke can't find it. And Lorita is just going to dump it into the corner. Buck 40 in the first. Here comes Robinson. Austin Robinson. We'll leave it there for Tim Bergen. Kenny gets a pick from Butter. Interior feed, doesn't connect with Robinson. Goes right on to Ross Bucktooth. Brett Bucktooth plays for Onondaga, and he'll play. He and the Indians will play the RedHawks later today, and I was speaking with Brett Bucktooth yesterday in the hotel, and he's excited to play this Onondaga team. It's his former club, and I asked him why the change, and he said that his wife lives up in the Onondaga area, so it was an easier choice for him, but he's excited to go against some good friends and relatives later on today. That could be the marquee matchup of day 3 as Adam Yee loses a pad and will give it off and go for a change. Under a minute to go here in the first. Leroy Halftown. Bucktooth spins. Nice fake. Shot through a screen. Goes wide. Loose ball. Far side picked up by Corey Halftown. He'll put it on target. Save Paris with 30 to go. Oh, and then Paris throws it away. Who's going to come up with this loose ball? Eventually going to be... Oh, a big chop there on the back of the heels of Lee Nanacoke. That one stung. 10 seconds in the period. Cathers. Lorita. 5. Is Seneca going to get one off here? I don't think he's going to be able to. Good defense and then a body check right at the end. And that's the way the first period will end. 2-1 Capital Region. They scored first with a goal from Blake Kenny, giving assist to Austin Robinson. They made it 2-0. Blake Kenny got his second with an assist to Tim Bergen and Carter Butter. And then late in the period, Chris Larita took a pass from Matt Bennett and Bill O'Brien to get the RedHawks on the board. And that's the way the period will end. 2-1 Axemen. Shots 14-11 RedHawks. My name's Teddy Jenner. This is Game 1 of Day 3 of the 2018 President's Cup from Frank Crane Arena in Nanaimo, brought to you by LaxAllStars.
Welcome to Nanaimo, the gateway to Vancouver Island. Located on the rich waters of the Salish Sea, backdropped by thick, temperate rainforest with their rolling hills and the rugged mountains in the distance, Nanaimo was the first home to the local Sinamut First Nations people. For centuries they lived here in connection with the land. And in many ways, this close tie to the wilderness of Vancouver Island resonates today. In the 1850s, the Hudson Bay Company set up a trading post in the region here in Nanaimo. Today, that trading post still stands with the HBC Bastion, standing guard over the waters of the harbor here in Nanaimo. For many decades afterwards, Nanaimo flourished as a coal mining town. Much of this early history is on display at the Nanaimo Museum. Today, Nanaimo is a bustling and modern urban center on the edge of natural wonder. Experience Nanaimo's supernatural wilderness and find yourself again.
Nanaimo allows me to do my passions through accessibility. Just the way that it's laid out, within 10 or 15 minutes, I can basically be from my house and doing something that I am truly passionate about. For me, it's about connection. I know a lot of people go to nature to disconnect from the world, but for me, it's about feeling like I'm part of something bigger. I feel it helps me connect to other people with similar interests and passions. Nanaimo has a little bit of something for everybody, and I think it does that little bit of everything really well. It's a place where you can discover passions that you didn't even know you had.
It gives you city life and gives you wilderness life all at the same time. It has both fresh water and salt water with easy access. You don't have to travel more than 10 to 15 minutes to be on a body of water, no matter where you live. You can either be out on the ocean fishing in 15-20 minutes, or you can be on Long Lake like we are today, enjoying some trout and bass fishing.
With diving around this area, Nanaimo or British Columbia in general, it's actually rated in the top in the world. Part of the reason that we have so much life here is the colder water with lots of nutrients in the water. One of our very popular activities we do is snorkeling with seals, and certain times of year when we get the sea lions coming by us, 2,000-pound sea lion coming right up to you a few inches away from you, just amazing. You think you're swimming along great in the water and this thing comes and does a somersault in front of you and just takes off. And you realize how small in the ocean you actually are.
The best part about owning a tour company is getting to show everyone the reasons why we live here in Nanaimo. I love the culture and natural wonders here in Nanaimo, and I love being able to see it for the first time every day through the eyes of our guests. Yeah, Nanaimo really is in the center of everything.
I'm really passionate about regenerative agriculture because that's what farming is all about. Some of the most exciting things for me in Nanaimo are the harvest. When there's all this abundance and we're able to take our food and set it out into the community. And when we go out for dinner sometimes, we get to see our food being served to us and served to our community, and there's a lot of excitement around that. At the markets we sell at in Nanaimo, there are over 200 vendors who participate, and you can do your full spectrum of shopping at these markets. And so you're invited to come to the market.
Currently, right now, we're concentrated on sourcing all our ingredients from mid-Vancouver Island. We like to utilize what we can get from local farmers. Breweries, wineries, and distilleries in Nanaimo have really exploded in the last few years. We've got a couple great wineries. Just down the road from us at the Longwood, we've got a distillery that makes some world-class gin, vodka, and even absinthe, which is pretty rare these days. We've got 3 breweries in town, 1 brew pub. You can really occupy a lot of your time traveling from one drink establishment to another. We've got pretty much everything here.
Well, we're sitting here at Piper's Lagoon, which is one of these little hidden gems that a lot of people don't know about. But I'm commonly often known as the Big Cheese, and I coined the name the Big Cheese not long after I started the store. There's a pretty good variety of establishments in Nanaimo now. There's some really excellent places to eat now in Nanaimo which are doing quite nicely. We have shopping, we have all the well-known brands, but we also have a cute little downtown area with lots of independent businesses. Well, I think the location makes it very special. The abundance of parks and activities and outdoor fresh air things, and everyone who moves here from somewhere else comments on how welcoming the people are. And I think that's one thing that makes Nanaimo very special, is the welcoming and the amount of stuff there is to do.
With its dramatic and diverse landscapes, including forests like this, Nanaimo offers so much. Impressive coastlines? Yeah, we got that. Rolling hills? Rugged mountains? Yeah, we got that too.
I'm more of a country mouse than a city mouse, and Nanaimo, the city, has enough of what I need, but just the natural beauty of it. I can feel it in the pores of my skin, I can feel it in my lungs when I breathe the air. It's just something, when I get out here and I just see trees and blue sky, it makes me happy. Yeah, my big thing every year is to go down to Nanaimo River and jump in, because the river feels like it's a healer. That beautiful fresh water and the trees around it, it cures whatever ails you, and there's nothing like it to me in the world. I've really been encouraged, especially in the last 10 years or so, that Nanaimo is recognizing the art scene a lot more and celebrating that, and there's some fantastic festivals that happen every year, and I've been lucky to be involved in a lot of those because I do live here.
Some of my passions are getting out to nature, so going for hikes to places like Ammonite Falls or Neck Point. We have one of the first wineries in Vancouver Island. We have one of the oldest brew pubs. We have a bunch of craft distilleries. I like to use Nanaimo as a base for my expeditions because it has a little something for everyone. If people want to stay in a hostel, they can. If they want to stay in a nice 4-star hotel, they can. And most people love the different variety of accommodations we have.
What surprises visitors in Nanaimo is the abundance of wildlife and the immense natural beauty. I like to go explore all the different islands because they have trails and glorious forests to see, but they all have these little bays and secret little gems. And so if you're into exploring, you get a lot out of it. My absolute favorite place in Nanaimo is Newcastle Island, or as the Nanaimo First Nations call it, Sesuchin.
Nature is a big part of it, because when you're going to carve something for the longhouse, which is in our traditional dances and things, my dad will bring me up the mountain, talk to the trees, talk to the water, thank them, and just stay up there. Sometimes it's 4 days you stay there and bath, cleanse yourself, get your mind straight so there's no doubt or meanness in your mind. So just
2-1's the score after 20 minutes in favor of the Capital Region Axemen, champions of the Quebec Senior League. And they're taking on the Onondaga RedHawks, champions of the Can-Am League. 2 goals by Blake Kenny, as the RedHawks trailing by 1. The RedHawks goal coming from Chris Larita. Let's get you a little number change here, and I got to apologize because the rosters I was given before the tournament have obviously changed. Cam Seneca for the Onondaga RedHawks is wearing number 4. He's been taking the draws. Can't miss him. Unfortunately, I was calling him Josh Becker. My apologies. Josh Becker is wearing 21. So now that we got that straightened out, Caleb Bingley for Capital Region is wearing 66. Pat Collins is wearing 19. And I think that's all the number changes that we need to get through. So, here we go. Second period action, game 1 of day 3. Larita, Bucktooth, Bennett, Wade Bucktooth. Takes the shot, save Paris, loose ball. And Paris will sling it ahead. There's Jason Crook. Crook to Butter. And he'll carry out there with Blake Kenny and 3 right-handers. Here's Tim Bergen, far side. Forster will get a pick. And my apologies to Aaron Forster. I was calling him Foster. So the man who had all 5 yesterday. Oh, a nice little toe drag there from Paris. Dipsy-do. Forster had all 5 yesterday for the Axemen. Now here they come. Capital Region. Jordan Jonkus. Inside feed, doesn't connect. Ball bounces off the glass. Andrew McNeil can't find it. Then the pass up ahead doesn't connect as Johnson runs onto it. Johnson can't find it off the end boards, and he slams his stick on the boards in frustration. And then that diagonal feed from Vredenberg doesn't connect. So a little sloppiness early on here in the second. You kind of expect that at 8:38 in the morning. Great goal in transition. And let's get his name right, Josh Becker. And it's tied 2-2. Great run up the floor, and Becker buries it. And we're all tied up. So Seneca will head to the draw against Darcy Belia. And Belia wins it right behind him. And then the ball's thrown into the corner by Chapman. Bucktooth and Yee pick up the assist. Ross Bucktooth, the goaltender, that is. But Wade Bucktooth couldn't handle it. Loose ball picked up there by the Axemen, and they're going to run. Here comes Bingley. Bingley will leave it there, bench side. And here come the Axemen working. 15 on the shot clock. Low hopper, pass. Butter can't find it. Eventually grabbed there by Lee Nanakoke. He'll bounce it to Corey Halftown. Halftown, stutter steps, gets around his man, tries to go far side, kick save by Paris. Axemen on the run. They've got numbers. Up ahead, breakaway, Bergen leaves it, shot, kick save by Bucktooth as he denies Todd Chapman. Here come the RedHawks the other way. Dan Rogers takes a chop, gives it off to Seneca. Far side, Seneca. Underneath, Cam Seneca, short side scores. What a finish. And that's now 3 straight for Onondaga after falling down 2-0. And what a finish by Cam Seneca as he used his wheels, got underneath his defender, looked far side, brought it back short side past Paris. And with 16:44 to go in the period, it's now 3-2 RedHawks. So we get their names and numbers right, and both Becker and Seneca score goals.
Onondaga RedHawks third goal, scored by number 44, Cam Seneca. The assist to number 26, Matt Bennett, and to number 21, Josh Becker.
Bennett and Becker pick up assists on Seneca's goal. Here come the Axemen. Jonkus. Bergen. Shot, save, Bucktooth. He's got men up ahead of him. Long bomb pass. That's well out of the reach of Rogers. And then a big hit on Rogers as Lyman Beatty put him on his backside. It's an easy interference call for the officials. And now Onondaga will look to extend the lead. Becker. Diagonal feed. Shot, save, Paris. That was off the stick of Wade Bucktooth. Ball loose, picked up there by the Axemen, and they were going to run. Here comes Taylor. Taylor with a shot right on the logo. Save Bucktooth. They got a man up ahead. They're going to push it. Croy Arnold. Shot by Becker. That one just goes wide on the short side. Loose ball. Picked up there by Halftown to Arnold. Bennett. Becker. Halftown. Inside feed to Bennett, doesn't connect. Loose ball, Lorita, 5 on the shot clock. Lorita sprints underneath. Cross floor feed, doesn't connect with Bennett, and that'll be a shot clock violation on the Axemen. They got a man up the floor. Can they move it? And they don't. Good composure there from Dan Gaughan just to hold on to it, not force a pass through the seam. Trailing by a goal. Axemen would love to tie things up with Jordan Jonkus. He gives it off to the two-goal man, Blake Kenny. Kenny picked up there by Adam E. Inside flip, doesn't connect. Outside shot from Robinson goes well wide. And then up and out of play. And Adam E. has it, quickly restarts. Becker. And then Becker will roll it back to Seneca. Becker. Nanico. Late man, Lorita, shot, shoulder save, and a nice one by Paris. That one goes up and out of play. Bucktooth. Down low into the corner. Outside shot. Becker didn't miss by much. Loose ball. Seneca's chasing, but it'll be grabbed and pushed ahead. Chapman all alone. Chapman tried to go short side, save Bucktooth. Loose ball, grabbed there by Forster, pressured by 2 RedHawks. And then a nice job by Becker to flip it behind him. And up the other way comes Corey Halftown. Halftown, nice underneath roll. Shoot, try to go 5-hole on Paris, but he held his ground. Paris will float it to center. Crook. Vredenberg flashes through. The pass goes to Butter. Now far corner, Bergen. Vredenberg. Bergen. Shot bouncer goes well wide. Vredenberg picks it up at center. Dumps one into Butter. He can't handle it. Loose ball will be picked up there by Cathers. Arnold. One-time feed inside. That was a nice attempt there by Bennett. And then the loose ball grabbed by Nanicoke. He gets roughed up. Bodies collide. Men on the floor. And eventually be grabbed there by Bennett. Nice job by Bennett to get that rebound. Seneca. Nanicoke couldn't handle it. 5 on the shot clock. And the shot clock will expire. It'll be Axemen in possession. And the pass comes near side to Taylor. Scott Taylor gives it off Bergen, bench side. Robinson. Bergen, near side Vredenberg. Into the corner, Jonkus. Bergen. Inside feed, doesn't connect with Vredenberg. Noble will give chase for this loose ball, 3 in the shot clock, and Jonkus will just dump it down the floor. And then Yee and Jonkus come together. And Yee has earned his team a power play. 2-minute roughing call on Jonkus. And so the Onondaga RedHawks will get their second power play of the game. They were 0 for 1 on an abbreviated power play. Just had a minute 5 seconds back in the first period. So Becker will start with it. Give it off to Bucktooth. Gets it right back. Low near side corner, Nanticoke. Corey Halftown. Bucktooth. Shot. Save. Paris. Corey Halftown will give chase. Becker. Top center. Shot. That one goes wide. All the way down towards Bucktooth. And he'll move it back up the floor. Becker. Corey Halftown. Becker. Halftown. Pass doesn't connect. Off the end boards. Picked up by the Axemen, and they're going to run up the floor. Dan gone. Dispossessed by a nice check from Josh Becker. And then it's grabbed there back in his own zone by Leroy Halftown. And he'll carry it into the offensive zone and reset the power play with a minute remaining on the penalty to Jordan Jonkus. Nanticoke. Leroy Halftown. Becker. Halftown. Shot. Scores. Short side rip. And Leroy Halftown gets a power play goal for Onondaga. Make it 4 straight. And that goal comes off the stick of number 8. $11:10 remaining here in the second. And after falling behind 2-0 in that first period, the RedHawks have found their legs and been able to battle back, and now they lead at 4-2. Seneca wins the draw. O'Brien can't find it. And then O'Brien pushes man to the ground. Becker and Nanticoke get assist. Up a floor. Larita shot, save Paris. Oh, and then the Axemen throw it away, and Noble finds it again. Just some sloppy play here early in the morning by the Axemen. They looked like they were off to a great start. And maybe a little complacency, maybe a little tired legs as a moving pick gets called. But the Axemen need to try to find that next gear and get right back into this game. A goal here would be huge. Outside shot by Forrester. And rebound grab there by Bergen to Forster. Robinson crashes. Forster, shot, kick save, and a beauty from Bucktooth. Bergen reset the 30. Kenny gets a pick from Jonkus. Bergen, Jonkus. Pass knocked down by the stick of Kevin Bucktooth Jr. And he'll bomb one, and that's picked off. Those are always tough passes. And Crook down to Kenny. Inside feed. Larita Twister short side. What a goal. Vredenberg flashing through the middle. And that's the nicest goal that I've seen Mark Vredenberg score in this tournament. Took the feed, cutting off the bench, caught it on the wrong side, and then just goes crosshand and puts it technically far post past Ross Bucktooth, and it's 4-3. So back to the draw we go. O'Brien finds that loose ball. Kenny and Crook pick up assists on Vredenberg's goal. So now it's back to a one-goal game, and then that pass from Wade Bucktooth goes awry into the stands. It's early, so not a lot of kids running for that loose ball. as they're offering a free bag of candy for any game ball that's turned back in. And there's been a lot of energy-enriched kids in the late afternoons here in Frank Crane. But it's all in good fun as we celebrate the 2018 President's Cup inside feed. Oh, and Butter was looking like he was going to throw a backhander, but he had his stick checked right at the last minute. And that'll be a shot clock violation on the Axemen. My name's Teddy Jenner. Thanks for tuning in here to LaxAllStars for the 2018 President's Cup. Hope you're enjoying the streams of all the games as we take you all the way through to Sunday night in the crowning of a Senior B National Champion. Halftown into the corner, tiptoes the line, scores. Becker, and it's 5-3 Onondaga. Becker just used his size, posted up, little underneath backside roll, and then he reached far side past Paris. And he gets his second. And it's back to a 2-goal game, 5-3 shots, 23-17 in favor of Onondaga. And off the draw, Seneca wins it, comes near side Matt Noble. Noble goes into the corner, pass up top, Cathers. Cathers trying to back in. Up top. Leroy and Corey Halftown pick up assists. Pass up ahead, running onto it is Blake Kenny. Check that. That was Vredenberg, and then a long bomb pass goes off the scoreboard, and Ross Buckton just hasn't had his best long passing game. And just looking across at head coach Brian Phillips, he'd like his goaltender just to settle things down a little bit. Back to live action we go. Here's Kenny. Far side, Forster, toe drag underneath, far side, short side, and he had his stick checked right at the last minute. And here comes Adam Yee. Yee up ahead. Leroy Halftown. Nanacoke. Shot saved by Paris. And then Paris will throw one all the way down the floor. That's grabbed there by Alec Johnson. Gives it off to Vredenberg. Vredenberg. Bergen far side. Forster, Vredenberg. He's all alone. Tried a swim move and had his stick checked nicely there by Clay Arnold. And up the floor come the RedHawks. Gerald Johnson rolls away from a check. Up to Becker. Gets a big pick there from Cathers. Into the corner behind the net, Larita. Now it's in the far side. Bucktooth around the top, through a screen. That shot goes wide. Oh, and then they can't find the rebound. Becker skips it far side, Halftown. And then it's going to be grabbed there by Larita. Shot, save, rebound. That one was put wide off the stick of Seneca. No, check that, Becker. Leroy Halftown, fresh 30. Seneca, Becker, loose ball grabbed there by Scott Taylor. Can he run on the breakaway? He can. Taylor all alone. Taylor one-on-one with Bucktooth, trying to go top corner. Great save by Ross Bucktooth. Loose ball, grabbed by Forster. He's dispossessed, and what are we going to get? Too many men call on the RedHawks. And so Capital Region will head to a power play with 5:45 remaining here in the second. Man, this game's going by quick. So trailing by 2, the Axemen will look to try to get a power play goal of their own. So up top is Bergen, out there with Kenny, Vredenberg, Forster, and in the corner, can't see the number. We'll get it to you, I promise. Here's Kenny, Bergen, Kenny, he'll shoot, delayed, penalty coming up. And looks like they're going to call a bench minor. A 2-minute unsportsmanlike bench minor penalty on Onondaga. And Phillips doesn't like the call at all. And it looks like that's Croy Arnold going to come over and serve it. So now it's 5-on-3. Bergen will start with it. And looks like Fournier will play center field. Forster tried to go far side and missed, and that'll be an interference call. Yes, no, I'm not sure what they're calling, and the officials are going to have to talk this over. I didn't think it hit the netting. I thought they were going to call interference in the far corner. And it looks like they're going to face this off at center. And so, again, I'm not too sure what they're calling. I think maybe one ref had an interference, another ref had it going off the netting. And so they'll just bring it to center and face it off. Seneca will go against Darcy Balia. And Seneca tried to win it to himself, but Balia battled. And the loose ball will be picked up there by Caleb Bingley. Vredenberg. Minute 22 on the first too-many men call. Kenny, diagonal feed, Forster, Vredenberg. That pass knocked down by the stick of Kevin Bucktooth Jr. Bergen, Kenny, Vredenberg, Forster, Bergen, Kenny. Good ball movement. Got to get a shot off. Oh, another penalty coming up here as that outside shot goes wide. We're going to get a slashing call on Kevin Bucktooth Jr. So this is going to be a long power play for the Axemen. So there's a minute on the first penalty. And then once that expires, the Bucktooth penalty will start. But the RedHawks are going to be short 5-on-3 for a $1.18. Vredenberg, Bergen, backhand feed Forster. Kenny, shot, save, Bucktooth, loose ball, grabbed by O'Brien. He's going to go for one, has a man off the bench, floats it, and that's Wade Bucktooth, far side. Now let's see what Onondaga can do. Short man trying to rag. Wade Bucktooth splits a double, keeps his feet moving. Toe drag, double team far side. And then he's dispossessed, and Wisely will quickly get off the floor. And with 15 seconds remaining on the first penalty, still have some 5-on-3. Kenny, Bergen, tried to skip it over to Vredenberg. Loose ball, Kenny. Bergen, backhand flip, Forster, cross-court feed, saved there by Bucktooth. The first minor's over, but still 5-on-3 for 10 seconds. Kenny. Bergen. Vredenberg's on the crease. Try to go low to high. Save Bucktooth. And he'll get a whistle, and he's down in his crease. And he looks to be a little shaken up. And so trainer Alan Shenandoah will make his way on the floor, and Bucktooth seems to be in some pain. And their backup is Edmund Cathers. Games later today. 11 o'clock, St. Albert versus Oakville, a battle of 2-0s. And let me tell you, that young Oakville team has been the surprise of the tournament so far. A very young team, and they have just been taking this tournament over with pure speed and youthful legs. And they've got back-to-back wins under their belt. They knocked off Saskatoon late last night, 11-4. Bit of a sloppy game. But Oakville also beat these Onondaga RedHawks 11-8 on the opening night. So they're 2-0. St. Albert's is 2-0. And they probably, them and Onondaga have looked the two most complete teams. And not to say that Oakville hasn't played some tough competition, because Onondaga is a very good team. I think this battle with St. Albert's at 11 will be their biggest test so far of this tournament. Also later today at 2 o'clock, Ladner takes on Saskatoon. And then there's two good marquee matchups today. Onondaga, Onondaga, which is at 5 o'clock. And then the host, Nanaimo, take on St. Albert, which will also be a fantastic game. That one's at 8 o'clock. And so 5-on-4 now, as the Axemen try to get back into this game. The RedHawks would love to be able to get out of this unscathed, killing off 3 2-minute minors. 1:15 remaining on the latest one. Bergen, shot, save, Bucktooth. Loose ball, grabbed there by Blake Kenny. He's pressured by Noble. Kenny. Bergen. Tries to drive, Kenny. Forster, Bergen, 15. Forster, shot, save, Bucktooth, loose ball. And it'll be flipped all the way to center. And picked up there by Corey Halftown. Halftown gets around his check. Halftown shoots, trying to go 5-hole. Oh, and a nice save there by Paris to keep that out. 2:20 to go in the second. 30 seconds on the power play. Tim Bergen gives it off to Kenny. Vredenberg loops behind the net. Forster. Here comes a seal for Kenny. Diagonal feed, one timer. What a finish! A power play goal. It's 5-4. And that was a great finish by 14 Andrew McNeil on the power play. And it's back to a 1-goal game. What a great feed from Blake Kenny on the diagonal all the way to Andrew McNeil. And it's back to a 1-goal game late here in the second. Seneca battling at the face-off dot. Battling for it is Bingley. He comes up with it. Forster. He gave an assist to Crook, but he's not usually on the power play. Bergen. Bergen comes near side. Vredenberg. 90 seconds in the penalty or in the period. Vredenberg tries to shoot from a tough angle, save Bucktooth. And the Axemen bench screaming that it went in, but I believe the official had blown the whistle first. Here's Adam Yeat. Gets a pick from Cathers. Becker. Bucktooth. Taylor. He finds it. And then the pass flipped ahead to Gone. He can't pick it up. And loose ball in the corner. Clay Arnold battling. Push to the ground. Taylor finds it. And back in their own zone go the Axemen. 40 seconds in the period. Forster. Kenny bobbled it. Loose ball. Picked up there by Noble. Johnson. And what do we get? Timeout Onondaga. So Onondaga with 27.6 remaining in the period will pull Ross Bucktooth. And let's see what Brian Phillips can draw up for his offense 6-on-5 here. And maybe they'll be able to get a 2-goal lead going into the break. It was 2-1 Capital Region after one. And then Onondaga scored 2 quickly in the period, make that 3 quickly to take a 4-2 lead. And then the teams have been trading goals ever since. Onondaga fell 11-8 to Oakville and 15-11 to Nanaimo, while the Axemen have fallen 13-6 to Ladner and 7-5 to St. Albert. But still lots of lacrosse to be played, not just today, but all week here at Frank Crane Arena in the lovely city of Nanaimo, British Columbia. My name's Teddy Jenner. Find me on Twitter at Off the Crossbar. Love to hear from you, where you're tuning in from, who you're cheering for. And what do you think so far of the 2018 Prezi? So, Bucktooth to the bench. Halftown, Cathers, Nanacoke, Becker, Halftown, and all the way in the far corner is Bucktooth. Nanacoke, 15, 14. Looks like they're going to go at 11, 12, 11. Here they go, Nanacoke. Diagonal feed. Oh, and they weren't ready for it. Goes right back to Nanacoke. Pass knocked down by the stick of an Axemen defender, and he'll shoot it down the floor, but that'll be well wide. And bit of an unsettled 6-on-5 there for the RedHawks, but they'll take a lead into the break. It was 2-1 Axemen after first. And then Josh Becker got his first of the period with assists to Adam Yee and the goaltender Bucktooth. And then Seneca got on the board, give him an assist to Matt Bennett and Becker. Leroy Halftown got a power play goal. And then Capital Region stopped the run as Vradenberg got his first. Becker got his second shortly thereafter. Then on the power play, Andrew McNeil scored to make it a 5-4 game. Shots unofficially 28-27 in favor of Onondaga. This is game 1 of day 3 of the 2018 President's Cup from Nanaimo, BC, right here on LaxAllStars. RedHawks and Axemen in a tight one here to start day 3, 5-4 after 40 minutes. Welcome back inside Frank Crane Arena. My name is Teddy Jenner. Find me on Twitter at Off the Crossbar. The tournament is at President's Cup 18. And our fantastic broadcast hosts at LaxAllStars. It was 2-1, Capital Region after 1. Now 5-4 Onondaga. And we are in for a fantastic finish. Coming up next, St. Albert versus Oakville. A battle of 2-0s. Seneca and Belia at the face-off dot. Belia wins it back into the offensive zone, but it's going to be grabbed there by Bucktooth Jr. Kevin Bucktooth passes it off. It's going to come near side. Noble gives chase. He can't find it. Ball still loose. Noble hacking and whacking, and the ball will be picked up there by Chris Larita. Larita sprints underneath, switches hands, dives, shoots, save. And then the ball will roll into the corner. And who's going to come up with it is two players from each team battle. Ball pops up in the air. And now it's going to be Alec Johnston running up the floor. Johnston, lost there by Adam Yee. Bounces it to Robinson. Yee picks him up, strips him of the ball. Yee doing great work pressuring. Now Bergen takes a chop. Bergen. Yee almost got caught with a hold, but he gets away with it. Now he's going to run the floor. Great defensive set there by Adam Yee, and he'll leave it off for Leroy Halftown. Halftown gets underneath. 5-hole save, Paris. Leroy Halftown just sprinted right past the defense of the Axemen underneath. But Capital Region bailed out by their goaltender. Here's Robinson. Forster, far side, Vredenberg. He gets a pick from Butter. Vredenberg, inside shot, save, Bucktooth. Ball loose between his legs. And here comes Noble. Lamboris feeds it up top to Halftown. Far corner, Nanacoke. Nanacoke interior feed to Corey Halftown. And now Paris is going to have to headman the ball to Lyman Beatty. Beatty shot there by Kenny looking for his hat trick, but turned aside by Bucktooth. Near side bounce pass Leroy Halftown. And he'll slowly get it across center with 20 on the shot clock. Wade Bucktooth, where's 19? 10 on the shot clock. He'll get a high pick. Bucktooth dips inside, gets pushed to the ground. Ball loose. Larita switches hands. Shot. No, off the crossbar, but it was going to be a shot clock violation anyway. And actually, it didn't look like it went off the cross. Must not have gone off the crossbar. Looks like it might have hit Paris up in the neck area, as he'll get some attendance from the team trainer, Michelle Hipwell. And that never feels good, especially when the guy rips it from about 2 feet away. And it looks like Paris might have just taken it off the side of the neck. But also, looks like he's going to be just okay. Three and a half played here. 2.5 played here in the third period. Axemen trailing by a goal. Forster will bring it up across center. Forster watched there by Clay Arnold. Forster gets a pick from Bergen. Bergen wanted a holding call, none coming. Bergen, 10 on the shot clock. We'll get a pick there from Forster. Skip it down Vredenberg. He'll shoot through a screen. That one goes wide. Forster, bouncer right on target, and Bucktooth gobbles that one up with ease. And then he'll go bench side to Noble. Here comes Becker. Into the corner, Bucktooth. Spins. Still has it. Looks inside. Nobody open. And it falls right to Corey Halftown off Paris into the netting. And possession will stay here with the Onondaga RedHawks. Becker. Halftown shot, took a deflection, never made it on target. And Becker going to battle for it there against Arnold. Becker, nice pickup. He'll shoot. That one just goes wide. And it'll go all the way down the floor. And Ross Bucktooth will find it. And look just to bomb this down the floor, and he does just that. Halftown. And that backhander is after the whistle. And a 30 violation. Possession back here to Capital Region. McNeil. He has the team's 4th goal. Came on the power play late in that second period. Forster, tuck and go. Thought about shooting through a screen. Now Will missed the top corner by half an inch. Secondary shot. Ball still loose. And it goes up into the netting. Off a RedHawk defender and out of play. Stay here with the Axemen. McNeil on the corner. He'll come all the way around the top, round the horn. Kenny into the corner of Vredenberg. Vredenberg inside flip to Kenny. Pass didn't connect. Loose ball grabbed by McNeil. Kenny to Vredenberg. 13 on the shot clock. Gets a pick from Butter. Stick broken. That's Bill O'Brien's stick. Kenny tried to jam one, and it's in. Kenny gets his hat-trick goal as he ran around the defense, waited his time, and then went twister 5-hole. And Blake Kenny ties it up at 5 with 15:15 to go in the third. Five, 15:15 to go. Shots 31-31. Off the draw. Seneca wins it cleanly to himself. Pushes ahead to Matt Noble. Cathers. Gets a pick there from Noble. Comes near side Leroy Halftown. Noble working hard in the middle. Sets a pick. Leroy Halftown. Leg save. Up into the netting. Reset the 30. Larita. Floats it up top. And that's picked up there by Bennett. Bennett, shot goes wide. And then the pass is picked off. Here come the Axemen running. 2-on-1. That was too early. I agree with you, Axemen bench. But the RedHawks get away with one. Here's Robinson. Bergen. Robinson working hard, trying to get Bergen open. Far side shot. That one right on target off the stick of Jonkus. And Butter ran through the crease to find that loose ball. Here come the RedHawks with Adam Yee. Yee goes into the far corner. Becker. Near side, Bucktooth. Bucktooth gets underneath, takes a shot, try to go 5-hole. Runs into the goaltender. Taylor falls on top of him. Nothing malicious there from the RedHawk player. Looks like Paris is going to be okay. His bodies are just belly bumping. And maybe we are going to get a penalty for goaltender interference. I don't think the official is going to take one for goal interference and one for push from behind. And Bucktooth just trying to get an explanation from the official. We'll get a wipe of the floor down in the Axemen crease. With 14 minutes even to go here in the period. St. Albert Miners, Oakville Titans coming up in about 90 minutes time. Dan Marshall will have that game for you. Then I'll take you through the middle of the afternoon with Ladner versus Saskatoon in Onondaga, Gonawaga. And then Dan Marshall will have the late game, St. Albert versus Nanaimo. For all of you that are wondering, the big man, Jake Elliott, will get here on Thursday. He'll join our broadcast team, so it'll be a three-headed monster taking you home through the rest of the tournament starting Thursday night. To the power play we go. Forster, low shot, that one goes wide. Ball going to ricochet all the way down. And Paris comes out. Rogers was giving chase, 7 on the shot clock. Time here, Forster, Kenny, pass was deflected. Loose ball grabbed there by Matt Noble. He'll run out of trouble. Noble, 2-on-1. Has a man trying to catch up with him. Noble can't get a shot off. He'll switch hands and try to flip it up towards Leroy Halftown. Halftown goes to Seneca. Cam Seneca. Leroy Halftown. As he's got a minute to try and kill off the penalty. And he's just going to sit on it. Take some pressure and not worry too much about it. Halftown steps into his man, takes a chop, feeds it down low. Becker, holding call coming up. Becker shoots, and with 38 seconds remaining in the RedHawks penalty, the Axemen will head to the box. And this will be a holding call. And it looks like it's going to go to Caleb Bingley, number 66. So we'll play 4 aside for 38 seconds. And then the RedHawks will head to the power play. Bennett. Becker. Skips it far side. Nanakoke inside Cather. Shot. Oh, put it over top of the net. As that was a perfect pick and roll game on the far side. Outside shot, that one goes wide. Check that. That's Corey Halftown. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Bucktooth. Becker, and he'll just chuck that down the floor. Shot clock violation. Axemen possession. There's 7 seconds on the penalty. And once that penalty is over, the Axemen will be short, and they'll look to kill time. Ball loose. O'Brien pushes his man to the ground. That's going to be an interference call. So Capital Regional taken on the far side. Vredenberg. Bounces it near side. Noble not locking off ball. Now it's in Robinson's stick. Slow double comes. Not a good angle taken there by Gerald Johnson. Butter, far side. Butter, checked there by Ian Johnson. Bucktooth comes out, lays a hit on Butter. Ball loose. Butter loses his stick. Bodies colliding. And then it's flipped up top to Forster. Good job there by the Axemen just to keep that ball loose, trying to kill the final 40 seconds on the penalty to Bingley. Oh, rusty gate there from Yee, doesn't quite work. And he'll flip it near side to Butter. Butter, here comes the double. Noble doesn't close the gap. Butter falls, triple team, and then dispossessed, and it goes right to Bucktooth. Butter and Bill O'Brien sparring. With their sticks, that is. 8 seconds on the penalty to Bingley. Leroy Halftown. Down in the corner, Bucktooth. Halftown. Becker. Shot off the helmet. And that'll go up and out of play. Paris will shake it off. Reset the 30 back to 5-on-5. Nanakoke. Bucktooth. Tuck and go. Another one, shot, try to go far side, save. Halftown, shot, that one just went wide. New 30, moving pick called on Halftown. Axemen possession. And here comes the long flowing red locks of Taylor. He'll leave it there for Bergen. McNeil cuts through. Jonkus into the corner of Radenberg. Near side McNeil. Flip pass. Bergen. Got to get a shot off. He does. Right on target. Easy save there for Bucktooth. And Adam E. will headman it up the floor to Croy Arnold. Arnold tried to bounce one up to Cathers, who was all alone, but the pass never made it through. But he's able to get the loose ball. And now Becker takes a couple chops. Just backing his man down. Josh Becker spins off his check, still has it. 7 on the shot clock. Becker. Seneca, shot goes wide. That'll be a violation of the 30. And we have 9:20 to go in regulation in a 5-5 tie. We've yet to see overtime so far in this President's Cup. Here's Blake Kenny. Forster shot kicked aside there by the left leg of Bucktooth. Kenny gets the rebound, new 30 Capital Region. Forster. Swim move, trying to get past Bucktooth Jr. Forster shot through a screen, missed the top corner. Loose ball grabbed there by Lamboris. Lamboris, no numbers, will run off the pick, try to find an inside feed to Johnson. Johnson to Larita off the bench. He gets pushed to the ground. Easy interference call for the officials. And Bennett will take it into the corner. Matthew Bennett. Wade Bucktooth around the horn, Cathers. James Cathers holds. Had Bennett on the far side. Cathers rolls underneath. Cathers shoots. Oh, off the near side pipe. That one didn't miss by much. Cathers causes the turnover. Nanticoke scores! Picking up the garbage inside. Lee Nanticoke gives Onondaga the lead back. It's 6-5 with 8:25 to go here in regulation. Great hands by Lee Nanticoke picking up that loose ball and goes far side, short side. And the RedHawks regain the lead by 1. Shots 35-32 with 8:25 to go. Every draw and possession important from here on out. Loose ball grabbed by Chris Larita. He spins away from trouble. And then he'll go off while giving it to Leroy Halftown. Noble was wide open. He gets it. Backhand on target. Saved by Paris. Flipped ahead. Here's Fournier. Has a man ahead of him. Fournier. Pass doesn't connect, as that was intended for Jonkus. Rogers. Loops back. Gives it off to Bucktooth. Wade Bucktooth deep in the corner. Bucktooth rolls off the hit. Skips it far side. Cathers. Shot goes wide. Off the glass. All the way down to Ross Bucktooth. And he'll just have to throw this one down the floor, and he does. And another shot clock violation on the RedHawks. 7:23 to go. Onondaga leading Capital Region by 1. A fantastic opening game here on day 3 of the President's Cup from Frank Crane Arena in Nanaimo. Here's Kenny tiptoeing, shooting, and they'll call him for in the crease. Quickly up ahead, Clay Arnold to Adam Yee. He'll leave it there for Leroy Halftown. Fake the long outside shot, then he's stripped nicely by a stick check from Alex Johnson. Now Bingley up ahead. Bingley gets underneath. Bingley shoots and scores! An unlikely source, Caleb Bingley, ties us up at 6. And with 6:50 to go, this game just continues to get interesting. Bingley looked like he was going to slow up, but realized he had a great speed matchup, went underneath his check, and goes far side, glove side on Bucktooth. And it's 6-6. Seneca cleanly wins the draw to himself. Open all alone. Bucktooth, sorry, that's Corey And turned aside by Paris. Here's Robinson. Paris picks up the assist. Here's Kenny. Outside shot, save, Bucktooth. He'll go to Seneca. Now Corey Halftown. To Matt Bennett. Swim move, shot, save, Paris wore that one off the helmet as Becker stung him. And then a long headman pass up to Beatty. Couldn't find it, skipped on him. And Croy Arnold goes into his own zone to find it. Near side, Josh Becker. Into the corner, Matthew Bennett. Bennett gets a pick from Becker. And another. Bennett flips it up top. Becker, shot, shoulder save, Paris. Leroy Halftown with the loose ball. Fresh 30, RedHawks. Halftown. Becker, far side. Nanacoke. He had given his team a 6-5 lead, but the Axemen have tied it right back up. Halftown. Becker shot, turned aside by the right arm of Paris. 5 minutes to go here in regulation. Tied 6-6 between the Axemen and RedHawks. Noble pressuring the ball. Jonkus gives it off to Bergen. Now Forster. Forster. Vredenberg. Shot. Stick was deflected. Never made it on target. Forster got to chase back into his own zone with 5 on the shot clock. Forster will just waste one. Never made it on target. And Larita is going to give chase for that loose ball. Pick it up, get a fresh 30 with 4:40 to go. Larita. Give it off to Corey Halftown. Into the corner, Seneca. Near side, Wade, Bucktooth. Isolated, Bucktooth trying to spin underneath. Strip check, gets it right back, then takes a big hit. And the loose ball will be grabbed there. Seneca, outside shot goes wide, loose ball. Cathers finds it, can't get a shot off. 5. Halftown fires one from a tough angle, never made it on net. And another 30 violation as the defenses of both teams have stepped it up here in the final 5 minutes. So ball's going to start all the way at center. Vredenberg. Deep into the corner. Gets it right back, and he bobbled it. He would have had a great opportunity had he caught that on a basic slip pick. But maybe his eyes were too big, and he bobbled it with 4 minutes to go. Josh Becker. Becker gets through. Skips it far side. Corey Halftown. Halftown drives, goes behind the net. 4 on the shot clock. Halftown. Rang it off the back of Paris. And that one stung. Man, Paris has had a tough one here tonight. Worn about 3 or 4 off the front of the helmet, and that one might have hit him in the back. Here's Forster, 3.5 to play. Forster gets a pick from McNeil. Can't get underneath Kevin Bucktooth Jr. Far side, Blake Kenny. Behind the net, Vredenberg, 10 on the shot clock. Backhand feed to Kenny, and he's hit from behind. And the RedHawks are just making Blake Kenny, make sure Blake Kenny's not going to do anything silly, but he's slow to get up in the crease. And we'll get a wipe of the crease. And Onondaga will have possession here with 3:15 to go. Don't forget, up next, Oakville St. Albert. Dan Marshall with the call right here on LaxAllStars. From lovely and so far cool Frank Crane Arena in Nanaimo, BC. Day one was a bit of a cloudy day. Yesterday was quite a nice day, and temperatures expected to reach a high of about 22 degrees Celsius. For those south of the border, that's around 74, 75 degrees. Back to live action. Loretta, Seneca. 15 on the shot clock. Leroy Halftown never been on target. Bucktooth with the rebound, and he missed. And what are we going to get? We'll get a wipe of the crease, and it's going to be Axemen ball. And so the home team is responsible for sending someone out to wipe the floor. They're provided with a Swiffer sweeper. And so they always just have to kind of send one guy off the floor, usually one of the bench staff, trainers, extra player, whatever it may be. But it looks like it's all cleaned up in Paris's crease. 2:51 in a tie game here in the third period. Game 1 of day 3 of the 2018 President's Cup. Onondaga 0-2, Capital Region 0-2. Here's Bergen. Vredenberg, Forster. Vredenberg gets it right back. Swim move, can't get past his check. Up top, Forster. He'll shoot, kicked aside by Bucktooth. Loose ball in the corner. Vredenberg finds it, has Forster. Backhand flip. Forster, shot, save Bucktooth. Loose ball. And then it was kicked, but it goes right to the stick of Dan Rogers. Good possession there by the Axemen, but just couldn't put one past Ross Bucktooth. Here's Josh Becker. Becker. Pass bobbled. Loretta flips it to Nanico. Up top. Shot outside there by Becker. Check that. That was off the stick of Bucktooth. 2-on-1 the other way. Here come the Axemen. One-time feed. Kenny tried to jam it short side. It's in. Give Blake Kenny 4. It's a 7-6 game with $1:50 to go. So Kenny gets his 4th of the game. Give an assist to Lyman Beatty. And with $1:50 remaining, the Axemen have their first lead since it was 2-1 back in the first period. Loose ball. Adam Yee has it. Here come the RedHawks. Shots 40-36. Bucktooth not going to go to the net quite yet. Here's Leroy Halftown. Blake Kenny has 4. And Beatty the only assist. Here's Bergen, inside feed, Vredenberg, pass too high. Butter can't find it. And we'll get an interference call away from the play on Clay Arnold as he hit Vredenberg without the ball. Butter. Here's Bergen. Last minute of play in the third period. How's that not interference? Ripped his stick right out of his hands. Robinson, delayed penalty coming up to Noble. And the Axemen will head to the power play as Noble will make his way off the floor. So another power play opportunity here for Capital Region and a chance to take a 2-goal lead. So Bergen will start with it up top. And let's see what they want to do here. They don't even have enough guys on the floor. Finally, they bring McNeil out. So 2-minute holding call on Noble. Kevin Bucktooth laying some lumber. Bergen. Forster. Bergen. 5 on the shot clock. Expected timeout unless Onondaga can get a rebound. Bucktooth shot. Long, a headman pass. Why don't they call a timeout there? Oh, Becker! Open net, scores! Paris misplayed the ball. Becker found it. Puts it into the empty net, and we're tied at 7 with 10.4 to go. Becker's third. That'll be unassisted. Oh, he might even give an assist to somebody. And with 10.4 remaining, we might get our first overtime. If they do play overtime, they might just end games in ties. Still shorthanded. I'm not sure what's going on here, as Balea just went off the floor and he was going to take the draw, but nobody has it. Ball still loose into the corner. Paris has it. And with 2.2 to go, they'll call timeout. They do give an assist to Ross Bucktooth. So there's not really going to be much time here to get a shot off deep in their own zone with 2.2 to go. So Bergen will hold it deep in his crease. Maybe they might try to push one quickly to Forster, who's just on the other side of center. But it's going to have to be quick. And they're not even going to shoot it. So the game in regulation will end up tied. And it looks like they're going to go 2-minute break. And then we'll have OT. But I'm not sure if it's sudden death OT or not. Just kind of trying to get some clarification. We'll be right back with you here from Nanaimo. Just chatting with referee-in-chief John Gaminski. And here's the deal. 2-minute break is over. This sudden death, sudden victory, choose your poison. But its next goal wins. RedHawks, Axemen, both teams looking for their first win. If it's tied after 10 minutes of sudden death, that's it, that's all. it'll end in a 7-7 game. And that would really sting for two teams looking for their first win if they would fall to 0-2-1. But I have a feeling in this 10-minute span, somebody's going to score. Off the ball, loose ball, bodies battling. Picked up there by the Axemen. There's Bingley. He's got a goal here. Bingley going to go for a run, tucks it, shoots it, scores it. Oh, they wave it off. Woo! Bingley tried to end this one quickly, 21 seconds into the extra frame, but he gets called for crease. Cathers almost back over. Axemen screaming for it. Still a minute on the penalty to Noble. Lee Nanakoke, far corner. Got to be careful not to hold it against the chest. Dispossessed of the ball. And here come the Axemen with 50 seconds still on the power play. Can Capital Region end this one? Next goal wins. Bergen. Drags, sets it for Kenny. Shot, twister, kick to save by Bucktooth. Breakaway the other way. Oh, and Arnold couldn't run onto it. Can he get there? And it'll fall right to the goaltender, Paris. 20 on the penalty. Numbers here for Capital Region. And I guess the penalty time was wrong because Noble's out. 5 aside, Bergen. Around the top. Randenberg, shot on target, save Bucktooth, loose ball. Oh, and that one bounced perilously right to McNeil, but he was running the other way. Rogers. Wade Bucktooth. We've played a minute 40 here of overtime. Bucktooth still has it, working a two-man game near side. Gets a pick. Leroy Halftown can't find it. Larita. 5 on the shot clock. Larita shoots, scores! On his wrong side, Chris Larita wins it for the RedHawks. 8-7, make the final. Larita found that loose ball, was on the wrong side of the floor, switched hands, and fired it past Paris. And that is your final score. 8-7. RedHawks, they improve to 1-2. What a classic game here at the President's Cup. A nail-biter right to the finish. As the Axemen fall to 0-3. And the RedHawks get a much-needed win, improving to 1-2. And we will get you our game MVPs, then get you on your way. Next game starts in 1 hour. Oakville, St. Albert. Dan Marshall will have the call right here on LaxAllStars. Both teams going through the line to shake hands and give some handshakes to the officials as well. And here are your game MVPs.
The Epic Extreme Threads MVP players of the game. To the Capital Region Axemen, number 22, Blake Kenny.
Blake Kenny, your MVP for the Axemen. He had 3 goals and was really the Axemen's biggest threat all game. And that's really been their story. First game it was Vredenberg. Second game it was Forster. Now Kenny was the hot hand. And unfortunately for the Axemen, it just comes out on the losing end. And on the other side of the floor, the man who sent us to overtime, number 21, Josh Becker. And Becker just giving some daps to his teammates as he comes down to get his game award. Taking his time, not really in too much of a hurry. But that'll do it here from Frank Crane Arena. Game 1 of day 3 in the books. And it was a classic. 8-7 Onondaga in OT. My name's Teddy Jenner. Dan Marshall will be with you next. I'll catch you in the afternoon. Day 3 of the Presidents rolls on here on LaxAllStars from beautiful Nanaimo, BC.